Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I will be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of November 2020. I apologize for my creaky chair. Someone had mentioned my noisy chair in the comments, and I never paid attention to it until someone brought it to my attention. Anyways, I want to start off by saying thank you all so much for your feedback about the watermarking of my videos. I have read all of your feedback, the good, the bad, the in-between, and I really appreciate you all letting me know. I understand, it's not the ideal solution, but it is a solution nonetheless. For those of you that don't know, someone stole my videos, and as a result I have had to resort to watermarking and branding my videos going forward. I'm gonna try and come up with a better setup. I've had this background for a while, and maybe it's time for a change, and while I'm doing that change, maybe I can find a better way to kind of, display the channel name or whatever, my website, whatever. But I'm still trying to figure it out. So again, keep giving me your feedback. I really appreciate it. For the readings this month, I'm going to be using my original tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite tarot deck. And then I will close out your reading, Aquarius, with a Spirit Animal Oracle card. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I want to say welcome, and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. All right, Aquarius, let's go ahead and get right into it. See what we've got going on for the month of November 2020. So what do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of November 2020? What do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius? Wow. All right. That one was kind of scooting its way out, so we're going to go with it. Aquarius, the first week of November 2020 is going to be flipping amazing for you by the looks of these cards here. Some good decisions will be made or have been made, and you're going to win. You're going to win something. I say that because we have the Wheel of Fortune here, the lucky card. Now, the first card that came out was the Justice card. This is a good decision here. Also, sometimes you may not be consciously making a decision, but the Justice card in the upright position talks about you making a decision that totally works out, or you not making the decision, but a decision being made in your favor, and it affects you in a positive way. Now, as this relates to money, this is all good. The Justice card, good decisions, good outcomes. Seven of Wands. Now, this is the card about sometimes it shows up when you're bored, or sometimes this card shows up when you need a new challenge. That's what I'm getting the sense for you, Aquarius, is that you need a new challenge. You're starting to outgrow your current financial situation. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that you have so much money that you need to, do something else, but it does mean that your mindset, your perspective, your attitude, and your beliefs as it relates to wealth are really starting to expand. Now, this is going to be something that helps you not only now, but in the future. We also have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is the smart investor. This is the guy or girl who makes really, really good judgment calls as it relates to finances. This is someone who has done the homework, and it really pays off for them, not only now but also in the future. The other nice thing about the King of Pentacles is that he is very financially literate. This also shows up when we're talking about financial education. Sometimes he shows up when we're trying to make the decision about whether we're going to move into something new, like a new investment, a new business. And this guy shows up when it's like, okay, yeah, I've done the research, I've looked at the numbers, and yes, this is going to work. This is definitely going to pay off. The other good thing is the Moon card in the reverse. The Moon card in the reverse talks about things being exposed, something being revealed, light, being shined or shown on something that was once in the dark. Another very good, positive, powerful card. I already talked about the Wheel of Fortune. This is the good luck, lucky card. This is the card of serendipity. Also the card of Fortuna, the goddess Fortuna. I don't really talk about deities or, the gods and goddesses too much, but I was just doing some research on her last night. And this is the card where good things just kind of spontaneously happen. Now, they may make sense, they may not make sense, but this is definitely a good card to have in any type of reading, but especially in a money reading. Finally, we have the Eight of Cups here, which means you walk away, Aquarius. You're ready to let something go. You have no regrets, you have no hesitation. But when it comes to money, when it comes to growth, when it comes to doing more, having more, being more, you're ready to leave your current situation. Now, this is a very positive, very strongly positive start for the month of November. You've got good decisions working in your favor. You're growing, mentally, spiritually, as it relates to wealth. And you've got the financial literacy working for you. Also, luck is on your side, and you've got some information that is definitely coming to light that's going to help you grow, help you achieve your money goals. So let's see what else shows up for you, Aquarius, because I'm really liking what I see so far. All right, what else do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of November 2020? What do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius? Wow. And it looks like things just keep growing, keep moving, keep getting better. All right, we have the Fool reverse, Five of Pentacles reverse, King of Cups reverse, Death card in the upright position, and then we have the Six of Wands reverse. Now, this is pretty good here. I know a lot of you like to leave comments about reverse cards. Let me tell you, reverse cards are not always bad, okay? Sometimes reversals signal the ending of certain situations, or they also let you know that energy is shifting, right? Things are not necessarily stagnant. And I want to say that that's the case for two of these cards here, the Fool in the reverse and the King of Cups. But let's start here with the Fool in the reverse. Now, this is a new adventure. The Fool in reverse also talks about being very grounded, not being so airy-fairy, not being so naive, but really making some good decisions based on some solid information. Now, because this card fell on the Justice card, I have a feeling that this is going to be related to this decision that's working in your favor. Because now you kind of see the whole picture, you see what's going on, you can make a much better decision, and you're not just moving forward on blind faith. You're not just kind of guessing your way through financial situations. It's like, no, you have some, like I said, solid information in order to make some solid money moves. That's very, very good. The other thing, which is very positive, is this Five of Pentacles. Now, the Five of Pentacles when it comes to money, this is a mindset card. Five of Pentacles in the upright means, that you're trapped in this poverty limited mindset, lack thinking. When it's in the reverse, that means you have broken free of limiting beliefs when it comes to your money, when it comes to what you can achieve and what you believe you can have. So, now remember I talked about you're outgrowing your current financial situation, which means that you are kind of reworking things in your financial life to really create the life that you want. I know for me, I really wanted a life where I didn't have to stress and rush and work so hard and so much just to survive. And I know a lot of you are in that, in that same type of journey of trying to create a life where you can just live comfortably and not stress, not to have a commute, not to have, so many things going on. So I'm not saying that's everybody, but I'm just saying I know what this feels like because I was there for a long time. And I just want you to know that it is possible. If that's the goal you're working towards, this very clearly demonstrates and this very clearly lays out that you're on the right path. You're on the right track. You're moving in the right direction. Okay? Next we have the King of Cups. Now the King of Cups, sometimes he could be a very insensitive card, right? The King of Cups talks about, when he's in the upright, he talks about someone who has a good grasp on his emotional well-being. Sometimes he can be really insensitive in the reverse, or he can have a lack of empathy. I don't necessarily consider this a bad thing because sometimes, especially in business, work, and financial situations, you cannot take on emotions from other people. Sometimes you have to be very, very diligent in how you're making decisions, and you can't be influenced by emotions that are not going to get you what you want. Now, I'm not saying you have to be selfish or you have to be mean, but at the same time, you can't allow emotions to override or cloud your judgment. Now, we also have the Death card. This is a positive card because this talks about transformation, literally putting a death to the old self and being reborn into something new, something better, something much more satisfying. When it comes to money, when it comes to finances, this is a beautiful card because it means that you're no longer living, in that survival mode, or maybe you're just really kind of changing your life for the better so that your finances can be better. This could be a new job. This could be a new investment. This could be, anything that redirects your financial course in a new direction that brings you closer to what you want. And this means that every aspect of your life is going to be affected. This means that, not only, like, let's say you get a new job. Well, that's not only going to affect your work life, that's going to affect your personal life, your family life, your retirement life, okay? So get ready because you have big changes coming, especially once we hit that second week of November. Things are really going to change. And because this fell on the Wheel of Fortune card, it's going to be powerful. And it's going to be so amazing. And it's going to be something that is going to be so life transforming. You're going to be in such a really good place, Aquarius. I hope you are getting ready and I hope you're getting prepared. Finally, we have the Six of Wands in the reverse. Six of Wands in the reverse. Another good card. But this is the card of also taking a step back. Now, because this fell on the Eight of Cups, remember, you walking away, leaving a situation with no hesitation, no regrets. Sometimes in the midst of doing that, you do have to take a step back from current circumstances. Doesn't mean that you don't care, doesn't mean you don't want to be involved, but sometimes for your own sanity, you need to take a step back and sort things out. You don't need to be front and center announcing to everybody what your plan is. Sometimes you need to kind of go into a little bit of a hibernation mode, or even, like I said, just kind of taking a step back, not being so visible, while you kind of plot your next move, while you kind of strategize how you're going to make things work, especially as it relates to your money and as it relates to your wealth, both in the present and in the future. All right, Aquarius, let's keep moving on. So far, you've got a really, really good November ahead. All right, so what else do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance? I think I want one more for the month of November 2020. Interesting. Now, when I saw this card come out the deck, it was like this, but then he kind of tousled that way. So I'm not sure if this is supposed to be reverse or if this is supposed to be upright. And the only reason why I'm really questioning it is because this is a repeater card. Remember, we had him here, and now we see him again. All right, I'm going to go with what I first saw, which when I saw this card come out, it was in the upright. Okay. All right, Aquarius. As we move into the second half in November, Knight of Wands in reverse. This is another good card to see in the reverse position because this means that, you're no longer discouraged. You actually feel hope. You actually feel encouraged. You actually are excited about the prospects that are starting to show up for you. You're starting to get really, really motivated to kind of work with some of these opportunities that are showing up. And I can tell you, these opportunities will be showing up. To what degree and how big they are and how good of a fit it is for you is all yet to be determined. Remember, you have to, see how things fit into your life, especially, when it comes to your finances. But I just want you to know there are opportunities showing up. Whether or not you recognize them, that's going to be on you. Now we have the Two of Swords here, means you're going to be making a decision. And the interesting thing about this card is that this is a card where it feels like you're kind of stuck making a decision, or you don't have enough information to make a decision, or you think there's only one way to go when there's really multiple options. Okay, so depending on what your situation is, you're going to have to figure out how this applies to you. Now, when it relates to money, sometimes we see only one possible answer. But the nice thing about money, finances, wealth, abundance, is there's usually other answers, but sometimes we don't want to do the work in order to pursue them. So this is telling me that you have more than one option, but you may not want to do the work so you can pursue the other option. Next, we have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups in reverse. She landed on the King of Cups in reverse. Now remember, this is the insensitive, lack of empathy card. Queen of Cups, it's so funny because she's the opposite. Sometimes she's overly sensitive. Sometimes she's too sensitive. Sometimes she's too emotional. And this is, when she shows up in the reverse, this is emotions out of control. The other thing about her is that sometimes she tends to turn situations emotional when they're not. I have someone in my life who fits that description perfectly. But some people, they tend to take a logical, rational situation and they make it all emotional. They overreact, or they get so hypersensitive about something going on. Now, I'm not sure if this is you, Aquarius, because I don't feel like this is in your nature. This could be someone around you who's overly sensitive and overly reacting to something, and it tends to set everybody off because the energy is just so draining. So just be aware of that. Next, we have the Temperance card. I'm not surprised that this card showed up right next to this one, because this means that things get out of balance. Things get a little out of sync. And it could be as a result of this overly emotional stuff that's going on. Also, there's some big changes going on. Remember, this Temperance card fell on the Death card. So, big changes will cause things to be a little out of sync temporarily. So whatever the case may be, just know that this is not a permanent situation, but it's part of the offsetting of what's going on in the bigger picture. So you're going to have to deal with some emotional stuff. You're going to have to deal with some big changes. But once you get settled into the new groove, everything will kind of, mellow itself out. Next, we have the Nine of Swords, another good card to see in the reverse, because this means there's no more worry, strife, sleepless nights. There's no more, feeling like everything is so disruptive. The good thing about the Nine of Swords in the reverse, it means that things really do start to calm down. You really do start to get a handle on what's going on in your financial life, and you're not worrying about it. You're not stressed about it. You have solutions that are showing up for you, and you're taking action on these money solutions that are really starting to come your way. Finally, we have the Justice card in the upright position. Now remember, we saw justice here. This is a good decision, or this is you feeling the effects of a decision that was made that somehow benefits you in a positive way. I'm still going with that because that's what we saw here. I'm getting confirmation of it here. It means that you are going to benefit financially in some way, shape, or form of a decision that has been made, or a decision that is forthcoming. Now, the Justice card, this is always a good card to see in the upright, because it just means that, the people and the power behind the scenes are working in your favor. To what degree that will be is yet to be determined. But I think if you just trust that that is what's going on, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay, Aquarius. All right, let's continue on and see what else is showing up for Aquarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of November 2020. What do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius? Interesting, because I was thinking about this card and it shows up. So there's some celebration on the way. All right, Aquarius, as we close out the month of November, what do we have here? King of Pentacles. Remember, we saw him here. Now, you could, when it comes to making any type of a financial decision towards the end of the month, take your time. This tells me that you're being hasty about something. Now, remember, King of Pentacles up here was very methodical, very much a researcher, someone who takes his time, does the homework, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes towards the end of the month, make sure you're not too overly confident in what you know. Make sure that you're not rushing or feeling pressured to make a decision, because that's what I'm getting when he's in the reverse here. You know what's going on. You make solid money decisions. But here at the end of the month, I'm getting the sense that you're either overly confident and maybe you make a decision hastily, or you figure, well, I've already done the research here, so I'm just going to go with it without double checking. Okay, so I'm getting the sense that this is a heads up. Don't be too, sure of yourself, and don't feel pressured to make a money decision, a financial decision. Take your time, double check, triple check, so forth. Eight of Swords. This is self-limiting beliefs. You're starting to feel like maybe questioning, what you can and cannot have, because things the month is going really good. And sometimes when things are going really, really good and things are just working and things are flowing, we start to get a little nervous about it. We start to get scared, like, oh my God, things are going so well. Is something bad about to happen? Or am I capable of following through and keeping the good going? Right? That's normal, but you're going to have to work on that, okay? This is internal stuff that you have to work through, and you have to trust yourself, okay? And don't doubt. Next, we have the Hermit card in the reverse. This is another card about taking a step back, kind of like what we saw here. Another card about going within, figuring out the answers for yourself, not relying on external situations, circumstances, people to validate what you want to do, especially when it comes to money, financial stuff, your business, investing. You have the answers. Go within, seek those answers, okay? Because you can easily get influenced by other people if you're not careful. That's what I'm getting from this card in the reverse. You also have to be careful of not overworking, not burning yourself out. Things are going good. You don't have to hustle and grind unnecessarily to keep the good, right? You just have to trust that this is what you've worked for. This is what you deserve. This is what you are entitled to. Do not burn yourself out. Do not overburden yourself, trying to maintain this, because that's not necessary. Finally, we have the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups talks about a nice celebration. This could be something with family. I'm getting the sense that this is something small, but it definitely validates the good you have coming your way and the good things that are starting to show up for you, Aquarius. This is a beautiful way to end the month, because it just means that, you're with people you love, doing things you enjoy, and celebrating the good that is definitely showing up for you in the month of November 2020. So, like I said, Aquarius, this is a powerful month. This is, really, really a solid, good month. I honestly, you may have had the best reading for this month, because, things are just going really, really well from what I can see here. So get ready, get excited. I'm happy for you. And this is, really, it's all good. So let's go ahead and close out your month, your reading, Aquarius, with a spirit animal oracle card. I'm getting these 3 cards here. Sometimes that happens. All right, Dove Spirit, be peace. Now we have Rabbit Spirit. Oh my gosh, now is a lucky time. Are you serious? Remember, we talked about luck on your side here. Finally, we have Sandpiper Spirit, be playful. I think that's what this is all about here. Be peace. Now is a lucky time. Be playful. There you go, Aquarius. This is awesome. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, drop them down below. And if you'd like to connect with me for a private reading, I will have that information linked for you in the description. All right, Aquarius, thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.